So, yeah, I'm not in commerce.
Everything that you've been told or whatever is fabricated and is not true.
Soliciting a no trespassing is actually illegal, officer. And do me a favor, do not ever call me a sovereign citizen.
Welcome back to the Van Ballion channel, guys. Today we head to Salem, Oregon for a video where a newbie sovereign citizen living in his vehicle gets pulled over for displaying fictitious private plates. He, of course, goes into the usual script, but the officer is all too familiar with his arguments, so calls for backup. The rest, they say, is history.
What's that?
I'm also recording this conversation as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm not in commerce.
Yeah. I kind of got that from your plates or whatever.
Yes.
But
I also turned in the right paperwork, and that I'm not involved in any commerce. Nothing that's in here.
Okay. So here's how it's gonna go. Okay, I've already taken these cases multiple times up to the Marion County Circuit Court, and none of them have ever won. None of these cases like this.
And in the Supreme Court ruling.
Listen to me. What you're about to say. All these things, none of them have ever gone through and made it anywhere in the court systems, okay? Everything that you've been told or whatever is fabricated and is not true. And I'm just going to let you know I've fought this time and time again through the courts. Multiple people, for some reason, this belief right now is popular, and I don't know why, but it is not true.
Yeah, you just know straight away that he's not going to listen to a word of what that officer just said. Instead, he'll go straight into the script because they've been trained like pets to follow it no matter what the officer says or does.
So anyways, I need your driver's license and insurance and proof of ownership, registration.
Have I committed a crime?
No, violation, sir.
Okay, so the codes, mandates, procedures, policies, statutes, they're not law.
Yeah.
So as long as that,
like
what is your reasonable, articulable suspicion that I committed a crime?
Operating a motor vehicle on a roadway.
Okay, so operating is actually, if I'm actually getting paid to do so, I am not actually in commerce.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That is not the definition.
Chicago Coach Corporation versus the City of Chicago.
License and proof of insurance. Okay.
Okay, first of all, the definition of operating is whatever the state you're in defines it as, not some out-of-date, cherry-picked definition you pulled from your behind. Also, if the state doesn't require you to have a license when you are not in commercial capacity, then why do states issue both commercial and non-commercial licenses? Secondly, Chicago Motor Coach Company versus Chicago is an Illinois Supreme Court case, not a United States Supreme Court case, meaning that no other state has to follow that verdict, including Oregon, the state you're in. And finally, that case was about a bus company that was denied permits to operate buses on Chicago streets and has nothing to do with the right of a private individual to drive without a license, insurance, etc.
Okay. So my insurance is actually private, and so is my information.
I just need proof of that then.
Okay. So that is actually is private information. In addition to that,
it's not private information, man. Hey, listen to me. Okay. You are required by law to give me these things. Okay,
I'm terribly sorry, sir, but you're not going to be sitting and intimidating me on this.
I'm not intimidating.
Okay, so your tone is actually coming across very intimidating, and I'm actually freezing right now. So, with that being said and done, the thing is that I'm actually pointing out the fact that this is actually an unlawful pullover. This is actually also a Terry stop.
No, you're actually pointing out how ignorant and disingenuous you are by 1, believing you don't have to show proof of insurance, and 2, playing the victim card like all soft sits do when the officer made a perfectly reasonable and lawful request of you, and 3, the officer gets to determine whether this is a Terry stop, not you.
It's not a Terry stop of any sort. So this is just a normal traffic stop, okay? I'm not going to sit here and debate for hours. A lot of the times people like to debate these things. It's not. I've even taken it up through the court system, like I said multiple times, the Marion County court system. I've won those cases. What you're saying is not true, and
Okay,
what you've
so
been
if-
told is not factual.
Okay, so if I don't,
If you do not provide this information to me, I will place you under arrest and take you to the Marion County Jail, where we will attempt to ID you.
Okay, so you're telling me to actually. So I have to give you my ID under threat of duress. Under threat.
I'm just telling you
under threat of.
Do you have any medical issues or anything?
Why? I'm freezing.
Yeah, okay. That's why I was wondering.
I'm
You were shaking
cold.
really bad.
I'm cold.
Okay. I'm just making sure you didn't have a medical issue or something.
Well, I'm also diabetic, but other than that, that's beside the here or there.
Are you having any medical issues?
No,
Diabetic? You okay?
no.
Okay, so I need some proof of.
But you're asking. So am I required to actually ID myself
Shane,
under?
Run the VIN number.
So am I required to give you my ID?
Is this the first time you've ever ran into this situation?
Yeah, he's not really doing too well, is he? Especially if this is his first attempt, but that might have something to do with your speech at the beginning about this all being BS. It may have knocked his confidence a little bit. He should probably stick to posting workout videos at the gym instead of posting evidence of himself breaking the law on YouTube.
Is it covered? With the VIN number?
It is a private. It is a private plate.
All right.
It is a private. This is my private property.
Okay. It is not your private property.
This is my private property.
This car is your private property.
Yes.
But when you operate it on public roadways, okay, it makes it so that you have to follow Oregon law.
Foxtrot, Alpha, Foxtrot,
Okay.
Alpha, 5.
Don't be reaching around anywhere, please.
I was putting my
Okay, so I
camera
just
down.
need your ID. You need to identify yourself. Thank you. This is not an Oregon ID or
That is actually my ID. I'm actually traveling. That is my
this
right
is a
to travel.
passport card.
Yes.
Oh, this is actually a passport card. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is your name?
Antonio.
And your
So-
last name is A-B-A-Y. Is it hyphenated 2 times?
Yes, sir.
Junior. Sierra 592 wants by name, date of birth. First of Antonio, and his last name is Abe.
So I'm having
Bravo,
to
Alpha Yankee,
show my
hyphenated
ID.
Abe again.
Under threat of
28th
arrest.
July 28th of 78.
So instead of thanking the officer for accepting his passport card as identification, because he didn't need to, and not placing you in handcuffs for refusing to produce your driver's license, you instead whine like the entitled brat you are. But there's a reason why you can't produce your driver's license, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a passport card. Yeah, I've never seen it.
Since you haven't encountered me, what is your name and badge number, sir?
It's Officer Galusha with the Salem Police Department,
Okay.
and my badge number is Sierra 592.
Okay. And what's your badge number and your name, sir?
And there it is, the fake private plate that drew the officer's attention to his vehicle in the first place. The plate that is basically an advert to police that the driver is an idiot and the vehicle shouldn't be anywhere near a public road. Those plates may as well just read, bust me or pull me over for all the good they do.
What is his name and badge number?
What do you say? To him, registered to him. Okay. Do you have insurance on this vehicle or no?
It is private. What is his name and badge number, sir?
His badge number is 411.
411 and his name, sir.
Officer Galusha.
Thank you. And I need both of you guys' cards, please.
Well, you're going to get my number because you're going to get some citations.
And I will be fighting this in court.
Okay. So you're telling me you don't have insurance?
At this point in time, I have the right to remain silent, and I invoke my Fifth
Well, I
Fifth
didn't read your
Amendment.
rights because you're not committing a crime, really. I mean, kind of, but... So, here's the deal. If I see this operating on a public roadway again, I'm going to tow it. All right? You understand?
Okay.
Right now, you're just going to receive some citations.
So he can't drive away because the officer will tow his vehicle if he does, but he can't stay in that McDonald's car park indefinitely either because they will just end up towing it after a certain amount of time. What a pickle he's got himself into.
They do have no trespassing signs, and this vehicle is not able to move. So, yeah, yes.
Soliciting a no trespassing is actually illegal, officer.
Okay, where do I start with this? First of all, show me the law that says soliciting a trespass is illegal, because for some strange reason I couldn't find it. Secondly, you've just spent the last 10 minutes trying to convince this officer that statutes and codes aren't law, therefore don't apply to you. You know, because reasons. But now, suddenly, because you think you've got something to gain from one, fictional as it is, they suddenly apply again. Yeah, that's not how the world works, buddy. You can't pick and choose which laws you want to follow.
I'm freezing.
You have a way that somebody could come and get this vehicle or have it towed without moving it on the roads?
I can make a few phone calls.
Huh?
I can make a few phone calls.
You could make phone calls?
But you're actually violating my. First of all, you guys are violating my Fourth Amendment.
Let me go check some stuff on the computer and make sure this is who he is and look at the vehicle.
So he's just been given the opportunity to save himself costly towing and impound fees by arranging to get the vehicle moved himself by calling a friend, if he has any, that is. But instead of taking advantage of that offer, he instead chooses to carry on making baseless claims about the law and accuses the cop of violating his Fourth Amendment rights. Yeah, I think you can all see where this one is going.
So they've taken my passport under threat of arrest, and additional to that, they're checking my information, violating my Fourth Amendment right to privacy, and violating my right to travel.
Shouldn't you be calling a trailer or a tow truck right about now instead of whining about laws and rights that don't exist? Just a thought, because backup for this officer that includes quite a few no-nonsense cops are on their way, and they may take that choice away from you. Also, don't you think stuffing your face with fast food in one video while exercising in others might give people the impression that you're not a serious person? But you already think you have the right to drive a vehicle on a public road without a license, registration and insurance because you read it somewhere on the internet, so I guess that ship has already sailed.
You guys have 2 minutes to actually make this, to get the issue the citation.
Do you have any weapons in the car?
I have the right to remain silent. I invoked my fifth.
It's chilly.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, Chicago Coach Corporation versus the City of Chicago higher Supreme ruling saying the fact that travel is not a privilege that requires license, registration, or forced insurance. Also, additional to that, People versus Battle, another Supreme Court ruling stating the fact that traffic infractions is not a crime unless I'm actually considered, unless I have a reasonable articulable suspicion that I've committed or about to commit a crime or stealing or damaging somebody else's property or causing physical harm to somebody. That is the law of the land.
Right, so we started on Chicago Motor Coach Company, a case that obviously doesn't apply, to People versus Battle, a California Supreme Court case, so yet another case that doesn't apply to you because 1, you're in Oregon, and 2, because that case did not conclude what you are trying to assert, that traffic infractions are not crime, therefore law enforcement can't enforce them. But if you would just take the time to read the case, a long shot I know, or even watch the video linked in the description, you would understand why citing People versus Battle is one of the dumbest things you can do on a traffic stop.
Did you even know, and actually part of you guys' policy using lights and sirens is actually a felony offense unless it's actually deemed an emergency? Did you know that? Did you guys read that in you guys' policies? Or did you guys skip that?
Stupid question, I know, but do you really have to stuff your face with McDonald's and speak in that condescending tone so close to the mic? Also, I think if this cop ever needed advice on his department's policy, he'll get it from someone he didn't just bust for driving on fake license plates.
Grab my lighter. Other than that, how's your day going so far, officer? Good. How long have you been on force? Quite a while. 10, 20 years.
342's been around already.
I've already turned in all my paperwork over to the Secretary of State and D.C., the Attorney General's office, even here in the state of Oregon. I'm not in your jurisdiction, so this is actually an unlawful and illegal stop. And do me a favor: do not ever call me a sovereign citizen. A sovereign is a king for himself. A citizen is a person that actually works for another person or a slave. That's a contradiction in itself. It's actually considered as defamation character. Putting it on paper is liable.
Yeah, sorry, but it's not defamation or libel to call a spade a spade. If you don't like being called a sovereign citizen, then stop using sovereign citizen arguments. It's that simple.
You swore an oath to uphold and protect the United States Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Is that correct, sir? That was your oath, right? Generally, if you look at it right now, you're actually violating my rights. I mean, unfortunately, it's not you guys' fault that you guys are taught maritime admiralty law. The thing is that is actually a foreign jurisdiction ran by the Crown. You guys literally gave yourself up to another jurisdiction for a paycheck. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Gotta
it's not you
uphold
guys.
the Oregon law. And Oregon law says
Oregon law is actually that is still run by a foreign jurisdiction, maritime law, ran by the Crown. I'm standing on the land and soil.
What was your name again?
My name's Tony.
Tony?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That I will answer.
Had enough of listening to this idiot burp, fart, wheeze and smoke his way through the soft-sit script? Well, good, because backup has finally arrived to give him the bad news. Now, remember, he was given the opportunity to remove the vehicle from McDonald's car park himself, but his ego and narcissism would not allow it.
Hi, officer. What's your name and badge number? What's your name and badge number, sir? Not going to tell me your name and badge number is per your policy. What's his name and badge number?
This is Sergeant Demmer.
Sergeant Demmer?
He'll be assisting here.
Okay.
So we just wanted this to go smoothly because we're just trying to enforce Oregon law, okay? Let this officer explain this.
All right, so at this time, okay, I am going to tow your vehicle. I'm going to give you the opportunity to step out and get whatever items that you would like out of it before the tow company arrives. And I need you to tell me if there's anything of value that you're going to leave inside the vehicle that I can note on my code.
I live in my car, sir.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, but like I said... Okay,
no, you're not, because the thing is that you have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 officers here.
Yep.
And the thing is that I'm not doing anything illegal. I haven't done anything illegal. You have no reasonable articulable suspicion that I have committed a crime.
I never said
a crime.
You committed a crime,
yeah, and you're actually you're violating my you're violating my Fourth Amendment right for right to privacy. You're violating my rights my right to travel. And
let me just talk for a second, okay, before this goes sideways in any form, fashion, okay? I'm telling you what's going to happen. You have the right to just repeat what you just said over and over again, but this is what's going to happen. You're going to step out of the vehicle. This vehicle is going to be towed, okay? And if you don't do that, then we'll have to put hands on you. And
why is my vehicle going to be towed?
Because you don't have insurance. You're suspended.
Hold on a second. Let me show you something
Listen
real quick.
to me.
Let me show you something real quick.
What?
Watch me closely.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to grab a folder real quick.
This is getting painful to watch. I almost feel sorry for him, especially because he lives in his vehicle, but then I think of how obnoxious and manipulative he's been throughout this whole stop, and then I think of him driving down the road and getting into an accident when he doesn't have any insurance. Then any pity I may have had for him just disappears.
You're going to show me some of the constitutionalist paperwork?
I'm going to grab my folders. This is one of my folders right here.
Sir, I've already told you, okay? The thing is I've even gone to circuit court on these type of papers and charges, and none of it even holds up in circuit court, okay? I've gone through it multiple times, and people none of this holds up, and I'm sorry you've been misinformed by somebody, and that you fell for this, but that it's just not true. You also are suspended in the state of Oregon and do not have a driver's license and cannot drive. The company, will you please stop digging around back there? Okay, unless you get out and I'm able to kind of look for weapons or whatever real quick.
There's no weapons in here.
Okay.
This is for that right here. Here's all the Supreme Court rulings right here.
Okay. I'm really happy that you have this information. And if you would like to take this to court at a different time, you can. I'm not telling you that you can't. You'll have your opportunity in court. Okay? And
I'm not driving, I am traveling,
you
sir.
can talk to a judge about this. But this is what's going to happen. Remember I just said you can talk around in circles or whatever, but at this time, this is what's going to happen. Okay?
What's his first name?
Antonio.
Antonio, I'm the
Sir,
supervisor.
right here,
Antonio.
no registration is required by law.
Antonio.
Here's all your UCC codes right here.
No registration is required by law, he says. And here's a code. You know, that thing I said wasn't law a few minutes ago when I was trying to convince you of something else. Remember that? Oh, and by the way, the C in USC stands for codes, so there is no need to say USC codes. Codes.
Right here.
I'm the supervisor here, and this officer has been more than polite with you. Okay, yes, you're being audio and video recorded if somebody hasn't told you that yet, but you need to exit the car. The car is subject to tow, and you are subject to citation. You need to exit the car so we don't have to make this a bigger deal than what it needs to, okay? We can't sit here and go around and around. You're more than welcome to bring that stuff at your day in court, but right now it means nothing to us because we are complying with, or we're enforcing the laws of the state of Oregon. Okay, and you're in the state of Oregon. So you can show me that all you want, but that doesn't matter. Okay, I'm being more than polite with you right now.
Okay, give me a moment.
Antonio, you've had lots of moments. Okay, unbuckle your seatbelt, Antonio, and get out of the car, please. Antonio.
Here's my fee schedule, sir.
Okay,
if you
that's
actually
fine.
are thinking actually...
You're more than welcome to bring that with you in court. You're going to have all the opportunity to bring all that stuff with you.
Okay.
You need to unbuckle your seatbelt.
Can you issue
and
my
exit the
citation,
car.
please?
No, you need to get out of the car, Antonio. The car is subject to tow. Go ahead and get out of the car, Antonio.
Give me a moment to put this back.
How many weapons on you, Antonio?
I have the right to remain silent.
Yes, you do have the right to remain silent. What you lack is the ability, or at least to use that right effectively. But then again, rights aren't really your strong point, are they? That's kind of what got you into this predicament in the first place.
Go ahead and hop on out. Thank you.
I'm being removed out of my under threat of arrest.
Pat you down real
We just
quick
can't
for
beat
weapons.
you,
I do not
That's
consent
fine,
to
but for
any
my
search and
safety?
seals.
But for my safety, I am.
This is Terry versus Ohio.
Thank you. Nice work, Antonio. Thank you.
Why don't you come on over here on my bumper here. We'll just have a seat. Here you are. Just have a seat right here. We'll get you your paper.
I will prefer to stand, sir.
Yeah, you can stand.
Yeah.
Sure.
And please do not be actually, telling me where to do what to do.
What's that?
Please do not tell me what to do or what to do, please. I'm already doing this under the threat of duress.
I hear you.
See that now they're actually towing my car?
Yeah, well, I guess that's what happens when you try to circumvent the law. You find out the hard way that laws do in fact apply to you, no matter what you say or how many conspiracy theories you try to reel off.
All these officers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 officers. Name and badge number, sir.
Right here.
Is that what you tell the judge, sir?
You're not a judge, sir.
No, sir. It is per your policy. What is your name and badge number?
Right there, sir. Salvador.
Okay. Name and badge number, sir.
Oh, you want to get anything out of the car?
Do you want to get some of that property out?
Or do you want me to mark anything of value in it?
The whole thing is value.
Okay, high value. Like you have like
Everything that's in there is all in high value.
everything that's in it.
Including the car.
Okay. Are you going to get some stuff out?
I'll grab my jacket. So right now they're stealing my vehicle and property. I do not consent to any searches or seizures.
tell me you don't understand the Fourth Amendment without telling me you don't understand the Fourth Amendment. Your consent is not required, nor is it unreasonable. An important word in the Fourth Amendment, that's why you guys ignore it, to take an inventory of your belongings before impounding your vehicle. The quicker you learn this, the less painful life will be.
You just want it to be, you just want it to be dragged out of here, or what?
So just so you know, the tow company does charge an extra fee if they don't have the key to the car. So it's for the tow company, not for us. Do you want to leave that with them, or do you want to have the tow company go without it?
The jacket's upside down.
Okay, I'll just let them know you don't want the key.
So, no weapons in the jacket?
Don't touch me.
No, nothing in there? Okay, thanks.
Hey, you gotta let us know what's up.
Okay. Are you... Okay, you're gonna hand over the key?
I'll hand it to him personally.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, here you go, Antonio. Here's your passport ID back. Okay. So you were being cited for driving uninsured, violation driving while suspended or revoked, and failure to display plates. Okay, these are violations in Oregon and the city of Salem. You can go and contest them. Your court date, if you want to go to court and contest it, is 3/18/2024 at 8 o'clock in the morning at Salem Municipal Court, located at 555 Liberty Street. Okay, the address is on the CAD, and you can also pay it. Just follow the directions on the citation. Here's the first one. This is your tow slip, okay? To get your vehicle back, you're going to have to show proof of ownership and proof of insurance and a licensed driver.
Proof of ownership.
Go to the Salem Police. This is important stuff. Don't start arguing with me about things, okay? And go to the Salem Police Department, show that proof to the Salem Police Department. They have an administrative fee. Once you show those things and you pay that fee, they'll give you a slip. You take that slip down to PC Towing here, and then you pay their fees, and they'll release the vehicle to you. Okay, do you have any questions about anything?
I have the right to remain silent.
Okay. You do have the right to remain silent. All right, you gotta step back so we can have some room here.
So there we are, guys, another softset plays stupid games and wins stupid prizes. Hopefully we'll get a sequel to this in court early next year, or if he's stupid enough, another traffic stop video before then. Or he should just stick to the gym where he can cause less trouble and save himself all that cash in fines and fees. Right, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the video, then please leave me a like, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you also to my channel members and patrons for your continued support. I really appreciate it. Right, take care all, and I will catch up with you in the next video.